The challenges and opportunities for the country's energy sector under the new administration, especially in terms of energy prices, infrastructure, and foreign policy. The Philippines is facing a critical moment in its energy sector. The country has been plagued by frequent blackouts, high electricity costs, and dependence on imported fossil fuels. The recent power supply disturbances have prompted calls for investigations in both houses of Congress, as well as protests by consumers and activists. The new administration of Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who won a landslide victory in the May 2022 elections, has inherited these problems and must address them urgently. One of the main challenges for the new government is to ensure energy security and reliability, while also meeting its commitments to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and achieve net zero by 2050. The Philippines has pledged to cut its emissions by 75% by 2030 under the Paris Agreement, but its current policies are not enough to reach this goal. The country also faces the risk of climate shocks, such as typhoons and droughts, that could push millions of people into extreme poverty. To overcome these challenges, the Philippines has a unique opportunity to harness its abundant renewable energy resources, such as wind, solar, hydro, geothermal, and biomass. Renewable energy can provide clean, affordable, and resilient power for the country's growing population and economy. It can also create jobs, spur innovation, and attract investments. According to a World Bank report, the Philippines could save up to $200 billion by 2050 by switching to renewable energy. However, to realize this potential, the Philippines needs to overcome some barriers, such as outdated regulations, inadequate infrastructure, and vested interests. The new administration will have to implement reforms that enable a faster and smoother transition to renewable energy. Some of these reforms include updating the Renewable Energy Act of 2008 to provide more incentives and support for renewable energy development and deployment, strengthening the grid and transmission system to accommodate more variable and distributed renewable energy sources, promoting competition and transparency in the power sector to lower costs and improve efficiency, enhancing regional cooperation and integration to diversify energy sources and markets, engaging with local communities and stakeholders to ensure social acceptance and environmental sustainability of renewable energy projects. By pursuing these reforms, the Philippines can become a leader in renewable energy in Southeast Asia and beyond. It can also improve its relations with other countries that share its vision of a green and prosperous future. For example, it can partner with Brazil, which is also a major producer of renewable energy and has similar challenges and opportunities. It can also collaborate with the United Kingdom, which has achieved net zero in its electricity sector by scaling up offshore wind power and other technologies. The new administration has a historic chance to transform the country's energy sector for the better. By embracing renewable energy, it can deliver on its promise of giving its people a better life while also successfully confronting the threat of climate change.